Hi, I'm Bill Holloman. I am the Director of Arkansas Natural Heritage Commission, which is an agency of the Division of Arkansas Heritage, which is a division of the Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism. This is our organizational chart. These items over here these staff members are our Natural Areas Program staff members. We also have a Heritage Program, which are these staff members. We also have an education component, but we are a small state agency, so really we all wear a lot of hats and we all have multiple duties that cross both a natural areas and heritage program. This is a slide from our recent commission meeting early in November and summarizing a recent acquisition where we added 85 acres to Warren Prairie Natural Area, which is now up to 6,300 acres between us and the Nature Conservancy. That brings us now to a total of 72,202 acres across 77 natural areas. Of that, 60% is fee title and 40% is conservation easements. So I'm just kind of going to go around the state. I'll start off with Warren Prairie in southern Arkansas and the coastal plain, which was and still is dominated by industrial timberlands. And down at Warren Prairie, we are working to restore open pine oak flatwoods. And as we're doing that, we are also doing a repatriation project of the endangered red-cockaded woodpecker. We're now up to 12 active groups with about 30 birds. Within that, we have patch communities, the most significant being saline soil barrens, which in the wintertime, we have a significant population of wintering Henslow sparrows. And within that patch, we have saline barrens. And on the edge of that, we have the cryptogamic crust, which supports the federally threatened plant geocarbon minimum. And it's the largest population of that threatened plant throughout its range. In central Arkansas, we've been focused on the Maumelle Pinnacles. This property is just on the edge, some of it just slightly within the city limits of Little Rock. And so this photo in the foreground is Rattlesnake Ridge, and these ridges go from east to west as we're looking here. And the significant thing here, these ridges support a really rare natural community type called Ouachita Sandstone Outcrop Barrens, a rare grassland habitat type. And in the foreground, you can see this is Rattlesnake Ridge, and the natural areas from the top and to the left and to the right is land owned by Central Arkansas Water and protects the lake in the background that you see, which is Lake Maumelle, which is Central Arkansas's primary water resource, drinking water. In the background over here, you can also see another ridge, that's Blue Mountain. We completed that acquisition in May. And both of these properties we own and manage in cooperation with the Nature Conservancy. This is looking east from Blue Mountain, and you can see Rattlesnake Ridge here, and also you can see Pinnacle Mountain State Park. And those are collectively, those are all the pinnacles of the mountains of the Maumelle Pinnacles. And these were first described, and perhaps only described, by the famous naturalist Thomas Nuttall when he came through Arkansas in 1819. So it's fantastic that we can keep all of those protected and in good shape. In western Arkansas, we're working on the Cherokee Prairie Complex. We have two natural areas there. Tallgrass Prairie in really good shape. Here you can see in blue, you can see the areas. This is Cherokee Prairie. These blue areas are Flanagan. In between is the Oglesby Preserve. It's owned by the Nature Conservancy. Collectively about 1,300 acres, and you can see there's a lot of opportunity to connect those, and there's a lot of high quality remnants within those areas. In northern Arkansas, within the Ozarks, we're working primarily on karst and glade sites, also woodland habitat. Devil's Eyebrow Natural Area, we're working on a 40-acre addition to that, which should happen in December. Long list of rare plant species, but also rare animal species like the eastern collar lizard and a significant population of cerulean warblers. Devil's Knobs has a great glade system and some karst habitat, and great place to see fall colors. Pushy Cave in the eastern Ozarks of Arkansas has one of the longest cave systems in Arkansas, currently mapped at over 7,000 feet in length, and still passageways to be mapped. Within that is the Pushy Cave snail, which is endemic to that cave system. The cave system periodically supports 3 federally listed caves. Slippery Hollow Natural Area in North Arkansas supports 4 federally listed bat species, one of which is the easternmost population of Ozark big-eared bats. And I think there's like 2,000 to 3,000 individuals of that total. All of those sites have glade habitat within it, and we are working with some state wildlife grants to restore that habitat along with associated woodland. In Eastern Arkansas, we've been working for years to protect pondberry. We have 3 sites in our heritage program. Our research staff recently found a previously unknown population in Eastern Arkansas, though unfortunately it does not look like it has good potential for protection. We continue to acquire land or attempt to acquire land. We're working on what would be a new natural area in Western Arkansas. This is fairly high elevation for Arkansas. And one of the this would be a pretty good size area, about 1,200 acres. It has several rare plant species, one of which significantly is the maple leaf oak. This is a tree species that is endemic to Western Arkansas and the Ouachita Mountains and Arkansas Valley ecoregions. We've been doing prescribed burns. Our staff have been doing a number of burns, especially in the Grand Prairie ecoregion of Eastern Arkansas. But most of our burns are done by contractors, and this is where we have one of our challenges. And we've had, during the pandemic, we had some trouble with contractors in general and them not being able to be staffed properly. But now one of our largest contractors, which has done up to $100,000 per year of prescribed burns, has decided no longer to do prescribed burning and just focus on wildfires out west. So that's a big hole, a big gap to fill. And at the same time, we're adding new natural areas to be burned. So that's quite a challenge to meet. This is our budget for this year and last fiscal year. You can see it's pretty similar. We have about a $600,000 increase. I will say that's primarily appropriation increase, so we don't actually have the funds. It's an anticipation of a grant. One challenge in this area, and it's a good challenge, is that we are seeing the potential for increases in Land and Water Conservation Fund grants, but unfortunately on those, it's a reimbursement program, so you have to spend all the money up front and then you get reimbursed half. So for example, if this year we get allocated $1.5 million, which is a possibility, we've got to spend $3 million up front to be able to use that money, and then we get reimbursed. So we're trying to figure out ways to do that, and certainly would be open to hearing how others are addressing that challenge. Thank you.